Welcome back to another episode of Jason Mark's Sneaker Care 101. I am Joe Banks, and with me as always is Justin. We're your sneaker care technicians, and today we'll be showing you how to clean the Nike Daybreak collaboration with Undercover.
So here we have the Nike Daybreak Undercovers, collaboration with Undercover and Nike by Jun Takahashi. It pays homage to the Nike Tailwind. It has nylon here, suede upper, and the hint of the plastic right here on the heel gives it that futuristic look. And it also has this foam midsole as well too. It looks pretty good. I like it. It's a clean silhouette. What do you think, Joe?
Honestly, man, I'm going to touch on what you just said, just kind of going right back to the main focus on here is that plastic. That's ultimately like just a new step with Nike, just kind of making it look like it's a fast running shoe already. We have the Undercover logo back here with a nice premium leather. We have their nice royal blue up here with the Undercover below it. And we have a logo branding on the midsole. Also featuring speckle paint. Don't be confused, that isn't dirt. It's also up here on the plastic also. So here's what you'll need. Jason Mark ready-to-use foam, standard brush, a premium suede brush, and some microfiber towels.
So we prepped the shoe by removing the laces, and then now what we're going to do is dry brush the top with a Jason Mark Premium Suede brush. And if you don't have this brush, you could use a dry premium brush as well. It works the same. So what we're going to do is just get rid of the initial dirt that's on top, the layer here.
And what he's doing is he's basically getting all that exterior dirt off that's just accumulated from dust, from walking around, from smog, just pretty much just being around, you know, dirt and dust. So basically that's going to help with that, and it's a very firm bristle but still gentle to help move the suede back and forth as it's being dry brushed.
Yeah, and it looks already clean.
Definitely I think a lot of people underestimate the dry brush. The dry brush definitely helps when cleaning.
So now we're going to move on to the midsole of the shoe. It's a foam midsole, so what I'm going to do is use our RTU foam, put a little bit of pumps here onto the midsole. So yeah, I'm going to be using a standard brush here on the foam. I put a little bit of pumps here of the RTU on top.
And basically what the RTU is going to do is basically it's a waterless clean, so it makes it less messy. As you've seen, once he pumped it on there, he got straight to it. It's very simple. It's definitely very helpful when cleaning shoes, either on the go or in a place where you just don't want to make a mess or, you know, don't have the room for that kind of stuff.
And it's also the perfect amount of mixture of water and solution as well too.
So that's going to also help with breaking it down so it doesn't really linger around and get too soapy like a full-on solution.
And I'm also being careful of the suede just so I don't, you know, kind of like get too abrasive on it because this is a standard brush. So just be a little bit careful on that.
And then don't worry if you get a little bit of the wetness on the suede. The suede is black. I know we've mentioned in previous videos before that suede does bleed and to be careful, but when dealing with a black suede, most of the time it does tend to get a little bit darker, so you don't really have to worry about pulling too much color out of it.
All right, so now that we're done with the midsole, we're going to move on to the upper. Just like Joe said, it's a black suede, so you wouldn't have to worry too much about it bleeding. It is also like a hairy type of suede, so that handles moisture much better than like the flat suede that we dealt with in the other episode. And yeah, so what I'm going to do is just put foam onto the nylon right here.
Yeah, and this is another tip that we like to use here. It's kind of just applying it instead of directly onto the suede, a place nearby that could actually handle the wetness directly much better. And then with that, he's going to spread the solution, you know, throughout it.
Yeah, I'll work it into the suede.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool, and then I'm going to be using a premium brush because it is premium material. And then I'm going to just go at the shoe.
And like we mentioned earlier about it being waterless, it's perfect. It's not going to soak your suede, so you have to sit there and dry it up for a long time. It's actually going to dry fairly faster than normal. And also, you're not going to have too much of a sudsy reaction from it to where all your soap's kind of lingering in your suede. That's why we have it diluted in the way we have it, just so it breaks down much faster.
Yeah, you're not gonna have to do too much of the drying process on here. Yeah, and the shoe was already clean once we did the dry brush as well, but you know, adding the RTU on it as well is gonna add a little more benefit to it. And they look pretty good. Just make sure you dry it up as best as you can with a microfiber towel.
So now that we've let the shoe air dry and we laced it back up, as you can see, the shoe looks good as new. One last thing we like to recommend though when you finish cleaning a suede shoe is going over it with the suede eraser and the suede brush. This is also gonna help bring back that natural nap, just so it has the hairy suede movement that we were talking about in the beginning. We don't want it to be matted down to where it's not the same texture. So with that being said, I'm gonna kind of just go in here, just go back and forth against the suede. And as you can see, it's literally it's a very grippy texture, so it's gonna kind of pull it back and forth with it. And if you feel that you're kind of shaking up the suede and, oh, it's getting nappy, it's what this guy's for now. Now you're gonna kind of just comb it into the direction it needs to be. And also we can kind of move back here on the heel back here, kind of do the same thing.
Yeah, so what he's doing with the brush is like picking up the nap. So, because it will mat down, suede mats down when you wet it. So this is a good tool to have. It's a tool that we use at the shop a lot. Yeah, so after you're done picking up the nap with the brush and it's all dry, what we recommend to do is spray it with some Repel, and this will help set a barrier from liquids and stains.
Thank you for watching another episode of Jason Mark's Sneaker Care 101. If you found this video helpful, like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what shoe you want to see us clean next.